Um, very sorry, but yes. So the the art lesson today is about visualization. I'm sure every single person has gone outside, looked at the clouds, and like seen something in the clouds. I have dropped links that should be farther up in the chat that you can click on. All you need is one of them if you're doing things traditionally to print it out and have another piece of paper to draw on top of so that you can trace over it. And if you're doing things digitally, if you would have it set up the way I have it set up, where there's a blank layer on top. And I didn't know you don't get clouds in LA. Is it because it's a desert?
Yeah. I live in Orange County, the county right below LA.
Oh, I see.
We get clouds in the morning in like June, July.
You also get fog.
That's just the entire cloud cover. So we don't get like the big fluffy clouds that people in the Midwest get.
I see. Well, hopefully the nice fluffy clouds in the demonstration links will work just fine. Now, I will say, you want, if you're working digitally, to bring the opacity down a little bit. You're not going to need all of it so that you can see through, and to pick a nice color that you can see on top. Yeah, that works. If you're working digitally, or no, excuse me, if you're working traditionally, just having a piece of paper on top so that you can more or less see through it. Grayscale, if you print it off in grayscale, it works a lot better, so you can see all the little details. And what we're going to be doing is just drawing what we see. So, like, it doesn't have to be as you print it out. I can take this and rotate it, and it can be something completely different. And what we're going to do is, I'm going to give us all about half hour or so. They don't have to be super duper detailed, but just draw whatever comes to mind when you see these clouds. And I don't know what's going on, Jesse, but I hear all the noises that you're making.
So
are you okay? Is there zombies? Are you being attacked?
No, I'm getting out my tablet from underneath my desk, and I'm trying to be as quiet as possible.
That's
but
all right.
I have noise-canceling headphones on, so I can't hear a whole lot.
But yes, so are you going to be doodling with us, or?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So I got my tablet out because I figured, okay, it's going to take too long to print this. I didn't do it before.
Okay.
Wasn't ready, so I'm just going to take it and put it in Photoshop.
All right, sweet.
I'm also a little concerned. I think we've only posted one link.
There should be 3. Let me repost what. Yeah, because you can't send links. Okay, here's number 1. This is the one that I'm using, and I minimize Discord. It's up here. Oops. So that was number 1. And this is number 2. Oops. Just going up now. And then number 3. Just going up now. There we go. So we have the 3 different, excuse me, the 3 different images. These are off of Pexel, and that is PEXEL.com, which is a nice royalty-free resource for anyone who needs pictures. I just found it, and it's my new best friend. It is going to be great for finding reference images, and for any artists out there, reference images are your friend. They're not your enemy. Like, I have armatures that I use for drawing people all the time. References are your bestest best bud.
Yeah, don't ever think you're copying something whenever you're using a reference.
Yeah.
You need to always, unless, especially when you're drawing humans, and especially when you're drawing like the landscape, you're always going to want to use a reference all the time.
Sam, you are my best friend in my heart. Does that count? But yeah, so pick a drawing, or not pick a drawing, pick a picture that you like and then start drawing. It does not have to be anatomically correct in any way, shape, or form. It's just getting shapes down. This is, again, what you see in the clouds. And then once we get our drawings in, I would ask that everybody post them to Twitter and use our wonderful hashtag that Sam picked out for us, which is ProjectPencilSnap, which is hashtag project, if I can spell, so, or draw on a straight line. That would help. Down there. Okay, that's the hashtag.
I apologize if my keyboard clicks are in the audio.
A little bit. That's okay. It's all right. And so, of course, the very first thing that I see when I look at this was a unicorn. Because, of course, I saw a unicorn.
Unicorns are always excellent to draw. There's no reason not to draw a unicorn.
Yes. But, as you can see, the very first thing is, this didn't have all the details that I wanted in it, but it had a basic shape. It had the curvature here. Oh yeah, it's not going to show me. It had the curvature here. It had the curvature here. It had this. And it had this. This S shape here, rather. That's really all that I needed. And then from that, I'm just drawing a critter with fluff, and I'm just going to bullshit hair like I know what I'm doing, because I don't know how to draw hair.
Snazzy.
Yes. So it's just taking a glance at something and then turning it into something completely different. That's how you tend to use references. Is you're taking something that you can see and transforming it into something completely different.
That's why I have opacity turned all the way
Yeah,
down.
turning your opacity down definitely helps. It's on the wrong layer. Oopsie poopsie. Just minimize, or shrink the layers rather. Now I know I'm going a little quickly, but that's just because I'm doing the doodle. And I've been doing the doodle for a long time. I think I've been drawing semi-professionally now for let's see, I'm almost 30, so since college-ish, so about 9-10 years, give or take.
Wow.
I've at least accepted money for drawings for the last 10 years. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Let me know if any kind of like terrible audio starts coming out of mine. And I'll try my best to.
I will let you know. But now we have drawing. And then I could just as easily rotate this and go, alright, so what does this look like to me? Yeah. Put this on another layer. Oops. Doop, doop. And make the color purple. I like purple. What do we see? I'm not entirely sure. I get like Jester's mask. On the head. But once you have like a basic idea, take it and run with it. Like, again, it doesn't have to entirely look the way that the reference does. Once you have a base, you're golden. And these kinds of exercises help a lot when you're stuck and you don't know what to draw. So you grab something with texture. It doesn't have to be clouds. It can be like... I've actually used... This is going to sound really strange and really weird. Like, when I've been in the bathroom and looked at my towels and the scruffy texture of terry cloth, when you brush it one way, it looks one color, and when it's brushed another way, it looks another color. So, yeah, I've used that as inspiration for drawing different things as well. And it sounds a little strange, but when you need help, inspiration strikes in weird ways.
Totally agree. Like, anything could look like anything to me. So it's just a matter of finding a shape that speaks to you, I guess.
I agree.
It's a totally general statement.
Well, art, remember, everybody should remember, art is subjective. Like, that's why it's called things like color theory. There are no, like, laws specifically, in much the way that gravity is also the theory of gravity. Yeah, we know how it works for Earth, but there's so many variables when you go to another planet. Same with art. Color theory works a certain way for a certain kind of art, but when you go into another kind of art, it works completely differently. And then when you go into digital art, it works differently than traditional art. And yes, there are laws, but you need to know what the rules are before you can break them. That's what my only good art teacher that I remember told me once upon a time. And I don't even know what this is, but this is just kind of something that spawned out of that cloud.
It's adorable.
I don't know what it is. It is a thing. I am really looking forward to seeing what you guys have drawn as well.
I should really nail down something because so far I've just been doodling. I've got like a cat and a old lady or somebody with a lot of curly hair that looks like an old lady's hair, and then a weird dragon thing.
Well, have you been
really
using the
doodles.
Clouds as reference?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, you're on task. You're doing exactly what I'm doing.
Not with the amount of detail. I'm just like going from cloud to cloud.
I'm doing nothing. Nothing really noteworthy. I'm just doodling.
But that's almost kind of the whole point. Even just by doodling to gain inspiration or find some part of what you like and then expand upon it, or what you've seen, is how most artists start their work.
Yeah, and you see, we've got things already. And I didn't have anything like this when I first started. I just had a picture of a cloud. Like, that's all I had. That's it. And I could take this and draw a million different things. See, now now when I look at this, I see another thing. So I'm gonna bring down the opacity and change the color. Let's make it red. Let's be red. I see. The lady who's dancing here in like one of those flamenco style dresses. The big poofy sleeves and her arms out and her hands on her hip. And all I really see in this is the dress. I don't actually see her head super well. I'm just seeing this part of it, but that's all I need. Because then
yeah,
I
that's
can.
also a. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, and then you just make inferences from there.
Yeah, that's also another good lesson. The negative space is just as important as like the clouds. Looking at your background
This
and
is
finding
negative.
shapes in that is just as viable.
Yeah, because see, there's no clouds here, but this dark shape pops out from the clouds. Let's break them. And I don't actually know what those really cool looking flamenco outfits look like, so I'm just going to bullshit something. And they have little castanets. Castanets. That I'm not drawing hands very well. That's okay. I'm not getting bogged down with the details. This is the fun part of it. This is the I'm just goofing. I'm getting an idea. It's meant to be rough and messy and not bogged down with the details.
Plus, hands are hard.
Yeah, and hands are hard. Short answer, hands are hard. Yeah, see, and I have something to work with. And this has dynamic, you know, it follows a motion curve. It has an S shape. See, it goes from the top to the bottom. It says this has motion. This one here also has motion lines. Oops. So this one, like this, something like that. This one, even though this one is the most heavily based on the reference material, this has no lines of action. This is a very static, very sturdy looking doodle, which might be what you're going for. Like, sometimes you do actually need things to look like statues. Like whether somebody, oops, I forgot, 180. Because sometimes somebody is standing stock still. Sometimes somebody is like rigidly backed up against a wall. That sort of thing. You need to know how to do that as well as having the gestures. So, has everybody gotten one doodle to upload to oh, I apologize for dogs. Has everybody got one doodle to upload to Twitter?
Just about, yeah.
Okay, so I'll give it a little bit longer. I'm sorry, Sam. Like I said, I've been doing this for a while. Yeah, you gotta doodle. I'm excited. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see. And what I would like to say is for everybody, do not tag which cloud picture you used. Once everybody posts theirs under the hashtag, and I'm going to put it in, oh, I've already written it down there, but in case you can't read my handwriting, it's ProjectPencilSnap. If you post it to Twitter under ProjectPencilSnap, we can guess which ones you used.
Let me save this properly.
Because I don't have links enabled, I can just do hashtag ProjectPencilSnap. And I can look and see what's up. That's fine. Take your time, folks. Take your time. Got Jesse working away. Got all sorts of things. Yeah, I think out of the 3 of mine that I did, this one is perhaps the most successful. And then when you have something that you like, you can take that and you can actually make something with it.
Let me see if this is small enough for me to post. Or else I'm going to have to resize what I just drew.
No!
Fingers crossed. Yes, it's small enough.
Okay, good. I am excited.
It's up. And I hope I've spelled this correctly. I did not sign it. I just... oh, it's okay.
Did you post it on Twitter?
Yeah, I just posted it on Twitter.
Does it have a hashtag?
Yes, it's hashtagged. I spelled that right, yes. Hashtag ProjectPencilSnap.
It's not showing the... Oh, it's doing top, not latest. Derp. I am silly. Oh, how cute! Oh, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna click on this image. Take this. I'm gonna put this in here so everybody can see. That's so cute! Okay. You see.
I like dragons.
I'm thinking probably wasn't the one that I used, was it?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. So let me just bring up the Alt-S. I'm going to bring up the 3 oops. All right. Okay. There you go. Now I've got all the ones that, yeah. All right. So I'm willing to bet it's this one.
Yep. I took that cloud in the left-hand corner and was like, oh, I'll just draw something around that. And then there looked like there was kind of a face going on up in the corner with the really dark clouds.
Was it turned?
No. It's not there. Over in the really dark cloud at the very, very edge towards the left.
Oh, I see it. No, I see it. Yeah. I see it. Do you guys see it? Look, this is the clay thing, and this is the hand, and up here's the face. Oops. Yeah, I see it. And this is exactly what I meant by there is no wrong way to art. I didn't see the dragon. I was actually looking at this and going, oh, look, it's the turtle from the Never-Ending Story. It looks exactly like the turtle's face. Or no, not the turtle, the snail, the racing snail. With you see it?
Oh my gosh, Sam did her. There's, I love the person, the muscular dude. That's awesome.
See, this was the first thing. This was the first thing that I saw.
Oh yeah, that's where I drew the cat.
Oh, you drew a cat?
Yeah.
The Never-Ending Story racing snail. That's what I saw.
It's beautiful.
Let's see, we got new results. Oh, look at you!
I drew the person up in the corner to the right because it looked like a profile and then a hair, grainy hair on the side.
Oh, I see. Look, it's just I found the strong man. I found them right here. Sam, is this the person?
Yep.
This one here?
That's gotta be it. Oh, I see the lips as well.
Oh, is this all from the same one? Oh, yeah, it is. Ah, check that out. Okay. And the muffin and the elephant. I found them all. Hey, Sam, you're good at this. I could immediately find what you drew. Okay, let's see what else. Who else we got? So we got Sky Dragon. We got all kinds of fun stuff. I'm retweeting all of these. This is a lot of fun. Yeah, and just think, you could take your strong man that you have, little strong man, and then take this big part, and now, look, it's a centaur.
But you're drawing centaurs, yes.
Little poof of a tail. But yeah, it's you just build up on what you've got until it's what you want it to be.
Somebody was asking if this was a real art exercise.
Strong tar, I like it. Yes, this is a visualization exercise. And yes, any art exercise is real art exercise. But this is what a lot of folks do when they just don't know what to draw. You find something that has a nice texture, you find clouds, and then the human brain is very, very good at finding patterns where there are absolutely no patterns. And this is the point where I wish Sam was here to go on like a long-winded explanation of like how the brain works, because Sam is brilliant when it comes to like anatomy and psychology and things like that.
Yeah, man, I get blown away whenever I watch Vast and you go into a complete tirade of just amazing medical science. It's just
yes,
that's so amazing.
Yes. Have you, Jesse? Have you seen Shield of Tomorrow at all?
I have only seen partway through the first episode. I have to watch all of it. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I haven't even finished the Doctor Who stuff. I've been so far behind.
I haven't started the Doctor Who stuff yet.
Oh, it's so good. I left off on the Christmas episode, Sam, and I'm just, okay, well, a time soldier just fell into the Doctor's hands. I should probably watch more and find out how it ends.
Do we have any more submitted? I'm getting notifications. Was there any more submitted to ProjectPencilSnap? Anybody else can post theirs?
I think somebody was making a Twitter in order to do it.
Oh my goodness! Vulcan, I know you've got yourself a Twitter. Do you want to join us?
Do it.
Come on, he's fun. And you can do it traditionally too, like Sam. Okay. So now that we've got a basic idea of how you can go about of like finding a thing to draw, now I'm going to go over some like basic art things. Oops, no. Let's close that. No.
Oh, thanks, Lord Vulcan. I don't think they can,
no, don't,
but they're
don't.
just here for support.
What's up? Oh, you're playing
Lord
games.
Vulcan's only here for,
yeah. Oh, I see. Gina is a space pirate cyborg and a psychic lizard plant. We are space spouses. That is all I need to say. I think it took me so long to find it because it was like such a long name. And so I didn't really know. Like, I could remember the acronym, so I couldn't figure out where to find it. Okay, so now that we have an idea of how to draw things based on visualizing, I'm not saving any of this, I'm going to go on to the next thing. And the next part of the lesson is just basic visualization. So what a lot of people do is they get really intimidated when they see, like, if I start drawing a person like this, and without any lines underneath it. Like, some people get really intimidated by that kind of thing. I used to get really intimidated when people did that sort of thing. And I'm like, how can you do this? How are you magic? Like, what did you do in order to become this amazing proficient artist? And in fact, it was just practice.
Yeah, there is no special formula. There is no having any kind. Some people will have talent, and some things may come easier to them, but that does not make up for any kind of skill that anybody's going to have. You just have to practice.
Yeah. What I was going to say is how some people get really intimidated when there's no construction lines underneath it. And I used to get really scared when I tried drawing things like that. And this is just a really silly chibi thing that is not proportionally correct, but I don't care. But that's just demonstration, right?
Yeah, it's just a cartoon.
It's really hard, and which is the reason why I was so intimidated by it, is it's really hard when you don't know how to do proportions, when you don't know where the construction lines are, where you don't know where the lines of motion are. So I'm going to take this and put this over here. And this is no construction and lines. Okay. But another thing you also see is people start out with stick figures. And of course everybody starts out with stick figures. But stick figures are very, very flat. And yeah, sometimes you can get like wibbly wobbly stick figures that have some really crazy lines. And these can sometimes be gesture lines. But this isn't enough to construct a person with. What you need to do is you need to think spatially. Before you actually start drawing like people or anything, you want to start off with basic construction. And basic construction is cylinders and 3 dimensions. Which I probably don't need all those lines. But yeah, so like, this is the bottom. And you can tell this is the bottom. How can you tell that this is the bottom? You can tell this is the bottom because it's got shading on it. Because you can see this and you can interpret the top part is going to be like that. So you know, despite the fact that this is almost a rectangle, it's almost a square, you can tell that this has dimensionality to it. I'll move this over here. So when you're drawing things, you need to think about mass. You need to think about how it takes up space. And another good trick to do it is, again, with doodling. And so if you want to make, say I want to make a dog. Sam loves dogs. Let's make a dog. Okay.
Yes.
Sam loves dogs, so we're going to make a dog. So first thing we're going to do is, because we are working in a 2-dimensional space, we need to make it a 3-dimensional space, at least visually. So look, now I have a cube. I have a slightly strange cube, and I'm going to draw on the face of this cube a muzzle. That comes out. This continues from the top of the muzzle. This comes down. So then we erase the lines we don't need. This is a line. And when I use straight lines, these are what you call armature lines. At least this is the basic armature of a drawing. And you use your curved lines around the armature, because these are the skeleton pieces. These are the bones. So like when I draw people, like I'm sure you've seen some of my drawing. Bring up. Oops, no, not new. Open. Let's see, I've got vast stuff up here. You see, okay, so bring this one up. I think I got my sketches in here still, maybe? No, I deleted them. Okay, that's not a that's not a good example. I deleted all of them. Oh, right here. No, not that one either. That one kind of skipped over. No, that one skipped over it. This one I think had some good sketches. No, I condensed all this. I deleted my sketch layers. I'm not good at examples. Oh no. But okay, so the neck here is also another cylinder. And if you can't figure out that it would be like this, and you know where the head is, you can do this and then trace around it. And that gives you a shape. And the body, this I'm fairly certain is called the coil method. Okay, so now we want the actual body to go backwards in space. So we draw our coils going backwards in space.
I've already got a good boy sitting down. I'm like leagues ahead of us right now when I shouldn't be.
Are you cheating? Are you using that artsy skills?
Well, I'm drawing my basic shapes and then just following those lines because that's what I'm used to doing all the time. I'll lay down the skeleton real quick, draw my basic shapes very, very rough, and then lay down the basic lines. Then I'll pretty much lower the opacity and go back over the entire thing over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Until I have a better anatomy. But just to get the gesture, I always start with, the basic shape thing. And always go in with the, what is it called? Just the stick figure first. Because when you start with the stick figure, you're always going to, that's going to give you what that particular figure is going to be doing, where their motion is going a lot of the time. So if it's very dynamic, you want your stick figure to be very dynamic and very bendy, and then you work from there.
I agree.
Is that a dachshund? It looks like a dachshund.
It could be a dachshund.
You could totally make a dachshund.
Arms are a little too long for a dachshund. There we go. It's better.
It's a mix.
It's a mix. There we go. It's a long hot dog. But yeah, so remember, animal legs are a little bit like lightning bolts. And don't forget the leg that's hidden in the back. You only just approximate where it's at. But yeah, so we do that. If you were working in pencil, you would not push down super hard. You would draw lightly, because when you're doing digitally, you can just turn down the opacity. And then I'm going to get a new color, blue. Zoom in on doggo. And now that you have a skeleton to work with, you can start adding your details to it.
Mine looks like a mix between a pit bull and a German shepherd.
Yours does or mine? I was going to say, then I missed...
No, mine does.
Okay, because I was going to say, then I missed I'm trying to say Dachshund and Dachshund at the same time, and it's not working for me.
Like, I just posted in the Discord, this is what I've got right now. I'm a very sketchy artist. I'm never, like, one to show, like, heavy lines. It's always everywhere.
Sketchy, huh? So I shouldn't trust you. How'd you get on this channel? Should I call the authorities? Super sketchy.
It's up to you. You're the one who can kick me off.
I'm kidding. You gotta have them big old pupper eyes.
Oh, look at those pupper eyes.
And as I mentioned before about thinking about 2D and a 3D space, the muzzle is going to overlap the eye a little bit. And I can hear a dog in the background too, so that works.
It's a shame I can't post sketches in the chat.
I'm sorry. Have links
It's
turned off, but
Twitch's issue.
Well, I mean, I could turn it on, but
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Wow.
yeah. No, I had it turned off, and I decided I want the ears to be longer. Because again, you're just working off of a framework, same as you did with the clouds. So we got little pupper. Turns out the head was a lot higher than it should have been. It's fine. Little pupper. Now this was done.
Inktober? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, am I doing Inktober? No.
Yeah.
I won't really have time. But like, this was not using a reference. if I had a reference, it would be much better pupper. Do you know dog feet have 2 connecting and 2 on the side and a big old paw pad? So when I draw them, I have to be careful so that it actually looks like dog feet.
Toe beans.
Do they call them toe beans for dogs? I thought that was only a cat thing.
Well, they look like toe beans on what you're drawing, but yeah. No, they don't. Dog feet are really hard, by the way, though. They're just... I've spent
Agreed.
years and years and years trying to nail down dog feet and cat feet, because they're just... They can either look real complex or they're not. It depends on the picture or the reference picture, but when you're trying to do it on your just from your imagination, you're always wondering, do I make it complex or do I just make this look simple, but the rest of it looks really complex? That's really wonky looking.
Yeah, it's difficult. Doing art is a challenge.
That's why you always want to use a reference.
And you always want to practice. So yeah, see folks, even we mess up and we get down on our art stuff. And then scapula. Not Dracula,
I gotta like
scapula.
3 more minutes and then I gotta pop off for about an hour, you guys.
Alrighty. I think we've covered most of the basics. I'm like trying to think of what else to cover.
Yeah, we should really come up with a longer lesson plan next time.
Yeah, because this is mostly all we need, and this is just like a quick video to get us started. And if you guys decide that you like these little tutorials, semi-tutorials, kind of tutorials, art lessons, this kind of thing, just let me know and I will try my best to do more of them.
And I'll join whenever I can.
Yes. Jesse has been fabulous co-host.
Yay!
There we go.
What did I do?
What did you do? You were here to help me and like to talk
Yay.
with me. Otherwise, this would be very sad and lonely an experience because I can't talk directly to the people in chat. There you go.
That's true.
There you go. We has Dachshund. Sort of. I want to hide this. Does this look like a Dachshund? Not really. That's why you do your doodle first, and then you get a reference, and then you draw again.
I like the ears though. Those are cute.
I like the ears.
You did a good job with the paws.
Oh, thank you.
And the muzzle is really well done.
Oh, thanks.
I think the nose is a little too small.
Probably.
I think that's where your problem lies.
The neck's slightly off, and the body, because of foreshortening, looks strange. I don't know. Again,
Dachshunds are strange, though.
References, folks, references.
Yes, we're practicing bad habits, but for good reason.
Rathalos Slayer. Somebody plays Monster Hunter. Hello, friend. You do 3D modeling, eh? Cool beans. I haven't fired up a 3D modeling program in forever. It's been a long time. Maybe I can actually remember a thing or two. That would be a fun stream, wouldn't it?
Yeah. My dad works for a company that sells 3D modeling software, but it's all for manufacturing, CAD, so computer-aided design.
Oh, okay.
So he's shown me how it works. I've just never been one to be, well, I really don't want to be making anything in that. That just takes too much time and doesn't flex the creative muscles that I want to be flexing. Too much math.
I know you gotta go soon, but I went to college so that I could make 3D models for video games. And as you can tell by me not actually working in the game industry at the moment, that didn't work out too well for me. But if it had, I wouldn't get the chance to talk to all you fantastic folks. So,
yay!
And I can always try again later. But yeah, so this is kind of how I draw people. Like when I'm not trying to, let's see, trying to do anything.
Maybe we can do one later on how to start basically drawing people after we get through some easier subjects, because people are pretty advanced.
People are very advanced, which is why we didn't start off with people. I'm just drawing a person to show you that it's the same sort of dealio. Like when I am doodling.
So maybe later on we can start off with like you were doing before. Puppies and kittens do have a very smaller amount of shapes to start working off of than people do. So we can start there, or do any other kind of simple animals, work on details there, and then get into drawing humans, faces, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we should probably start with something more cartoony. Because you can learn a lot from cartoons, and anybody who poo-poos like, oh, cartoons don't have like the correct anatomy. Cartoons are hard to draw. Like,
they are.
If you don't if that's not your style, if you're not a cartoon artist, if that's not something that you're doing all the time, it's really difficult, and sometimes that makes it really hard for you to get dynamic looking things in more traditional sort of work that you do.
Exactly. All right, I am going to go on ahead and pop off. You guys might be here later when I come back in an hour. You might not, but I will chat with you all soon.
Yeah, I'll see you. Bye. Oh, wait. Before you leave, tell the folks where they can find you.
Oh, yes. You guys can find me at Jessie LR Leaf over on Twitter. You can also find me on Tumblr, which is critrollsketch.tumblr.com. And I have a YouTube channel that I don't post on, but that's my full name. So yeah.
I have drawn it in the doodly doos so they can see it, because it took me a while to find you and on your Twitter. So yeah, to save some folks a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, I always have to remember that I should mention, capitalize every major letter that you hear, every first letter. So I will see y'all.
Bye. Okay, sweet. I don't know, folks. Do you want to continue on for a little bit farther? What is it that... Let's do a Q&A. Because that seems like a good idea while Jessie is gone. What sort of questions, art-related, would you like to ask? Yes, that person is pressed up against the glass. Every question, then the answer is 42. Yep, links are not allowed in my chat. Sorry, I'm the only one who gets to post links. So when you have the coil technique or whatnot, how do you find what angle you should use for the outline stages? Trial and error. A lot of art in general I find is trial and error. But when I do, sometimes I use the coil method. I saw this really cool trick of where someone couldn't figure out where the arms of a character was, like where they were meant to be. Like, so the character was standing like this. But they wanted the character's hand to be out, like out in space, like out here, but they weren't entirely sure where it would be. So what you do is you find a center point, and around that center point, you make, oops, I'll have to link to the video because they do it a lot better than I can. Alrighty. This thing's going to be a butt, and I can't draw a circle to save my life. So I'm going to cheat. The center point. In perspective. No, because I can't draw or anything. Okay. So there you go. So they drew a ring around the character, and please forgive me, I can't freehand circles very well. And they had an established center point so that they knew which end was where. And so they knew where the hand would be now. They knew what the other hand would be now. And they knew from here to here, and here to here. And the halfway mark is the elbows. And you coil along it. And then you use the outside to the best of your ability. Oops. I'm gonna have to find that video now. There is a reference one. I can't draw. I really can't draw. Give me a second. YouTube. Where is it? This might lag a little bit. Tutorial coil. Oh, I found it. Okay. The foreshortening tutorial coil method. And I'm going to post it here because it's a lot better than I can explain because they're much better at it than I am. But definitely give that a read when you can. Give it a read. Give it a watch when you can. Yeah, I've never claimed I was very smart either. But I actually have these things called armatures, and I'm sure you guys have seen me post pictures of them on Twitter. They're my little friends, and I get them to do all kinds of crazy poses. For like if I need somebody to be running full tilt, then I grab one of these guys and I pose them the way I need them to be. And that's suppose alright. So here I'll take a picture real quick and post on Twitter. Just a moment, please. Ah! Dropped my phone. Yep. These are going to go in ProjectPencilSnap. Okay. So those, when they actually load up, will be in there so you can see some of the armatures that I have. But when I need them, actually I can, now that it uploaded the thing to Twitter, I can just go ahead and grab hold of it from there and pull this image into here. Okay, so whenever I need a pose and I really need a reference, I tend to use these guys because they're really good. And so I will like shrink that down, grab this and go, okay, so where are the action lines? So this is going like this. So you need to, same with the clouds, exaggerate it. So like, I will probably draw this character running full tilt. And as you can see, the drawing that's coming to life here is not necessarily the drawing that, or the armature that's behind it, because this is going in this direction. And that's the cool thing about legs, is sometimes they do these funny things. And in case anybody has ever seen like pictures of femurs, like the actual bones, femurs, they curve. Like they look like this. They are not straight bones. They have curve to them. So when you're drawing limbs, they should curve too. But yeah, this is generally when I'm drawing for myself or for commission. This is what it tends to start off like. Because I need references. My drawings wouldn't be terribly good without references. And then you just add where you know your anatomy, following that. Yes, limbs should absolutely curve. If your limbs are stiff, it's going to look stiff. Always give them curvature even before you put the muscles on. But yeah, where the tutorial video that I posted, where that came from, they have fantastic tutorials. Really, really fantastic tutorials. Let's see. Another thing that I want to say is that you do not naturally find straight lines occurring in nature. You just don't. You find curvature. Everything from like large scale trees, which yeah, you can have straight trees, but if you like really look at them, they're like kinked slightly here and there, and they've got nubs sticking off of them, and they're not completely straight. Everything from trees, whales, everything down to the molecular level, everything is curved. It's round. It's organically shaped. But yes, bones have curves. Hashtag bones have curves. As you can see, this, and this should also be curved. Actually, I don't like the inward curve on that one. This would be foreshortened to about here. And this is where I use the coil method, is when I want to know, okay, it's foreshortened. I know how big it's got to be at the back end. How short is it here? And then I can figure out from there like where it needs to be. But yeah, that's when I use foreshortening. Or the coil method for stuff. Chest comes in front of this part. Head's actually going to be here. So the neck gets extruded out of that. Display is down. Oh shit, it stopped. Okay, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna restart the stream.